Alrighty, here we are for game two. Virtus Pro live to win, and the draft is moving right along. Welcome in my good friend Cody here for the draft. Pretty standard stuff here so far coming out. Yeah, I guess the Nature's Prophet ban is not really standard, I guess I should say, but CM, Coddle, and Timber kind of been in the meta. I don't know if CM has been banned in first phase in a while, but obviously they felt like it had enough of an impact last game. Bat through, Beastmaster through. Yeah, it's good. This could be interesting. There's a lot that got let through here in this first round. Personally, it either looks like it owns the game or you kind of forget it's there. Yeah, but I don't I guess that's where I don't really understand where this is. I know it's good. I know teams are prioritizing it. I'm just not sure why. And Batrider snap pick. So I guess they were saying if they don't take it, we're gonna take it. It's a strong opener. And Slark. This is the biggest um, counter play to the Batrider is the Slark. And I've seen Slarks just go mid against Batrider mid, and it feels really bad for Batrider. So now we're gonna look at the bans, preferably that Virtus Pro are gonna take to ban it, like that counter the bat. So your legions, your oracles, your Abaddons, um, as well as stuns that go through the BKB when Batrider wants to be BKB'd, stunning somebody, the Beastmasters. So I think those are going to be some of the bans we see Virtus Pro prioritize. Uh, Not so sure about Live to Win. They banned the Bloodseeker from last game. They don't want to play against that again. IO ban doesn't look like they're going the route of really countering the lasso. So Live to Win might look to pick one of those up themselves. Oh, there's the Oracle ban. They banned one out. I guess they really don't want to play against the Oracle. So he's probably the main counter to it. Not too much. I mean, it's definitely been around, especially when you might think that there is a lion or a lichen coming out, but not too sure. Oh, yeah, for sure. Not usually. It usually gets the 5. You have to have something. You have to have one option for it. And it's most likely going to be a GPK bat. He most likely plays that mid. And then the Beastmaster coming out really confirms uh that's going to be the offlaner GPK playing the bat, and it looks like they got a nice little push strat going here with the Beastmaster and Enchantress. You could kind of just get a nice little creep army and go in. Hmm.
So far, in that it's the only sustained stun that exists on either team. Are you still expecting this Slark to be mid into this Bat Rider now, knowing that Bat Rider is definitely going to be mid with Beast?
Sorry. Go ahead. Repeat that, Cody.
I said, are you expecting this Slark to still be mid now that we know Bat Rider definitely will be there post the Beastmaster pick?
Definitely. I think wherever this bat's gonna go, this Slark's gonna go. Sorry, I was having a little bit of sound issues. I don't.
Oh,
The
no
sound
problem.
wasn't coming through the stream, so hopefully we got that sorted out and we got sound from here on moving forward.
And a PL pick, which looks real good into this live to win lineup so far. They don't really have great AoE clear. I mean, they're probably gonna have a Maelstrom at some point on this Slark, and Legion has decent
Legion,
AoE damage, but
Legion clears illusions with Omina Courage,
overwhelm.
I
I
think,
don't know.
or overwhelming odds. Does it not?
Uh, I think it does solid damage to them, but I don't know that it will kill them.
I think it clears. We'll
Does
have
it?
to see that interaction.
That would be news to me. I'm not sure what core looks good here. I mean, you're gonna want something. You're either gonna go hard late, which is aggressive, into a Phantom Lance, or you're gonna need somebody who can shut it down early. I mean, I wouldn't even hate like the bristleback style play that we saw yesterday for this live to win team here today. And
Ember
we get
builds the
back to
Maelstrom,
back to the old Ember, really good against Phantom Lancer.
pushes the
Um,
tempo, grabs a Maelstrom, has solutions for him throughout most parts of the game, really. So,
yeah.
like I said, I feel when this Ember hero comes out, it's never something that I just completely hate.
All right, let's talk about predictions. I'll lock mine in first. I'm big on this VP lineup into this team. I think this Phantom Lancer is going to be painful to deal with late, and I like the amount of lockdown that they have sustained. We watched their team play be a little bit more crisp in the last game, and they have the easier to execute lineup here. So I'm going to go with VP taking this one 2-0.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. Not that I'm gonna have to, but I'm gonna agree with you on this. If this was a Radiant Ember Spirit, I'd feel a lot better about it, just because what we've seen it do in this region in previous matches between. I mean, obviously separate teams here. Um, I just I think VP is the better team in general, and they're gonna look to take this 2-0, call it quits, and really I think VP's. Well, that's getting ahead of myself. Let's just get into the game here, enjoy this one, and we can talk a little bit about that when the series wraps up. So, see what the first few movements here are. Before that, we can introduce characters. We got VP save on Nynx Assassin, GPK, Bat Rider, DM coming out on the Beastmaster, Nightfall playing PL, Kingslayer on Enchantress, Seneko playing Grim, Immersion again, if I'm not mistaken, on the Tusk, DR playing Slark, Afterlife on Legion, and FN playing Ember. And it looks like we'll actually have the engagement that we should have got last game, but we're going to have it this game.
Open up with a big tag team here. Tusk still going down first, though. This is not exactly the trade you want, though. Your Beastmaster dying for the Tusk early enough that it doesn't make too much of a difference. But thought there'd be a little bit more bloodbath there. It was 5-on-5 engagement, and it was just two clean trades, and everybody backed off.
And 3-1 on the runes here.
VP already had more of an advantage than they had last game.
Mm.
They're losing all 4 bounties with some more interesting smoke plays in the first game that you would think would lead to fights more often. But
We get the mid matchup of Bat and Slark, and I think Slark is going to do well here. Top
man, you see
lane
that
matchup.
purge coming into effect already in mid.
Mm-hmm. A lot of damage coming out. A lot of just poking and prodding and harass coming out in this top lane. I think the bottom lane's going to be a little bit more passive in that sense. Where our top lane's going to be our active lane.
And you see in the bot lane, we got Tusk pulling, stopping the creep camp from spawning. We had Legion standing in the camp to stop it from spawning to really slow down this Enchantress. I do agree. I think the action will be much more interesting in the top lane. You got your Nyx there. You've got the Grim there. They're going to be more of the aggressive poke and prod kind of supports than the Enchantress. Tusk will be down bottom.
Oop, I pull up last hits. Sorry about that.
Slark starting to gain up a little advantage here in the mid lane. Nothing too spicy going on though. Just trade of resources. You see the Slark slowly starting to pull ahead in the mana war. full magic wand already as well, so he'll be able to pop back to full health or close to it pretty often here.
Yeah, Slark's gonna like the time that he's having here. Supports top, just trading punches, trading spells, trading punches. Ooh, the stun actually does connect. I get a little bit more harass off. Can they actually bring down this Nynx?
I don't believe so.
Nynx is just tanky. It's 4 base armor, 4.3 base regen. Just insane.
Plus, you went with that early boots build that we've been seeing out of supports here, especially in this patch, where
Especially on Nynx,
enabling
because he doesn't
himself to
need the
get out.
regen.
Exactly. You really can see PL down here having the time of his life, CS in 20/10 already, compared to the 12-2 of the Legion Commander. It's going to start to build up. You don't want this PL to have free reign all game long. It's got Diffusal queued up. Nothing out of the norm.
Fairly quiet early game here. Fairly passive early game.
Yeah, I think you'll see
Slark's
that with...
gonna try to get a kill here mid. Can he do it? Oh,
No, this is
that
likely.
turns. Oh.
I think
Oh, it was,
first
we
blood
missed
top.
something top.
I didn't want to cut in while that fight was going on, but I was watching the top fight as well. Nyx came up to get a last hit so he could get level 2 and paid for it dearly.
And this is who you don't want to get a good start if you're VP. Is this FN Ember.
You know, I was just about to get done saying before that fight broke out in mid that I don't expect this VP lineup to play aggressively at all until we start to hit level 6s, because that's where almost all of their interaction comes in, which we've just got level 6 on the bat. Now we'll see if he starts to roam as well as the Slark. So actions should start to pick up pretty quick right now. You can already see Snako and Immersion shifting down, looking on mid, but that backed off, so they're going to make their way back top.
I feel like Beastmaster's been a meta offlaner for like the past like 3 years.
Yes, his ability to farm out of lane and his stun ripping through BKB is something that's always going to keep him in the meta. Really strong combo abilities. Here we have a PL dive on the Legion. Gonna have to get out of dodge. There's TP coming in from the Tusk. There will be a roll here. Trying to bait out the PL jump first, but they can't.
Mango Salve coming out. What a good support. I wish my supports would do that.
Amen to that, brother.
Any fives watching, buy your carry a salve when he needs one. See how he's looking on items. He's already got treads.
Yeah, PL's feeling real good right now. He's 36-14, 10 CS lead on both last hits and denies on the Legion.
Slark gonna go for this diffusal early.
Got a smoke gank coming top. See if they can close in and get anybody here. Looks like they're going for DM. Snowball in into the Grimstroke nuke. Here comes Ember to close it out. Again, this Ember now level 6. Starting to get into a scary place for DM.
Slark out of position
Going
here.
going in deep.
Oh, but the roll comes
I
in.
don't know about out of position. This bat might be in trouble. Oh, great stun by the Knicks. Keep his bat safe.
Shards
Ooh,
come out.
good
That's so
shards. This
nice.
Brim's gonna go for the nuke. Does clip him.
Doesn't get
Can
the
Slark
Grimstone
get the
off.
damage out? He does.
Very nice.
Nix doesn't get the stun in quite in
Oh, here
time.
comes Big Daddy Ember, though. Can he clean up?
And DM will be going down
He
here
just
for Slark.
respawned. These are
Live
great
to win,
engagements. Great engagements for Live to win here.
making some big plays early. This is what they need to do with the lineup that they have. Uh, the action is going to need to shift toward this PL sooner or later, though. Will this be another story of the late game lineup not quite being able to make it there?
So Slark looking like he's just rolling through. Ember getting some items coming out possibly here pretty soon. Give it another minute before you switch over to the net worth graph. Still just kind of look at the last hits here. Anything surprising to you when you look at the last hit graph here?
Not the biggest surprise for me for sure is how low the Beastmaster's last hits are.
Mm.
Everything else kind of makes sense. Like we knew the Slark was going to be able to get
Probably
his farm
first
mid.
lasso coming out here onto Legion.
Dragging him back under the tower. This Legion is going to go down.
Yep.
Yeah, PL has had a great time against this Legion by the way that's been played, so their farm makes sense.
Yeah.
I just Beastmaster being this far behind is a little worrisome. He has hit his level 6 now, so at least he has his utility spell. It's really all you need, but you're really looking for that Beastmaster to have some nice auras for your PL.
This is interesting here. The Ember Spirit picking up the Blightstone. Does he finish the Desolator or does he go into the Maelstrom?
I think he needs to go into the Maelstrom, but we'll see.
I think
I think
so too. Maybe
you
this is
leave
just a
Deso for
casual
your Legion.
Blightstone.
Leave Deso for your Legion if you need a carrier of it, or even Slark later. I think it's probably just a casual one.
Casual Blightstone. Not bad. I don't think it's a bad move, but
Pretty good into the Beastmaster in lane. He's had it since the rip, so
Live to Win does lack building damage a little earlier, so maybe just a casual Blightstone to just get 2 armor on the tower, just amp the damage that everybody's doing by just a little bit. Might just be what it takes to give a good push off here, as we see coming out on top.
Nick's moving in position. Looks like we're gonna have a fight break out underneath
Don't
this
have any
tower.
vision down here.
That's where you're gonna see your first roar likely to come out here and dive in behind though. There's the roar on the Tusk. He's gonna go down and another Nick stun. Chantress dishing out some wicked damage. Ember though, too far ahead, gonna clean up. Can they get Slark on the
This is going to be
outbound?
huge if they can get this lasso.
There it
And they
is. He's
do.
gonna start ripping him back. This PL is gonna do a ton of damage to Slark. He's down.
Gotta like that engagement if you're a VP.
Started off quite scary on that VP engagement, but ended up just fine killing the Slark.
Legion's got to show up to some of these at some point.
Yeah, I'm starting to feel like this is another one of those Legion games, just like yesterday where we saw it twice, and both times it just didn't do much.
You draft it for this purge, and then you're not showing up to fights and purging.
And here's got slowed. The Bat Rider's going to dive in to get on top. Nick's coming in with an attack stun here. This Legion going to go down. The flames.
Can they just
Slark,
run away from Slark? Can they turn on him? Yeah, he doesn't have ult.
I think they can turn on him.
He
No
doesn't have
ult
ulti.
here. Well,
Oh,
but
no,
Ember
low.
Spirit coming in with a
So low.
huge slight into Searing Chains.
Wow.
Tusk with the DD, just half health to nothing on the Nyx.
They're gonna continue.
Great rotation.
Looks like they're gonna continue to try to move here.
Yeah,
Oh, they're
Slark will be
out of the
full health
jungle.
by the time they consider engaging.
It does look like Ember has the javelin coming out, so it's at least a javelin as of now. Does he have the maelstrom or the? Yeah, he has the mithril hammer on the courier, so it will be the maelstrom, which we both like. Good
Yep.
call. Bat has lasso, not quite coming off cooldown yet.
Slark going into the Lothars. Nothing too unusual for his build still. Legion
Sides.
just finally 13 minutes into the game, finishing up his blade mail. No phase boots yet on him. Seems eerily far behind. No duels yet. He's
Smoke
level
gank coming
9.
out bottom for just a lowly, sad DM Beastmaster.
This Beastmaster is getting punished all over the creation. And this is the tempo that LTW needs to keep this up for the next almost 15 minutes straight if they want to be able to close this out, I think.
Item check on PL here. Doing alright. Switch over to the net worth graph. And Sark's where he wants to be and where he wants to stay. And PL is okay with being about 1,000 gold off right now. He's okay with that.
And that's where he should be. I mean, PL is not exactly the fastest farming character. Neither is Slark, but Slark obviously going to be going around and making kills happen, whereas this PL is just going to sit back and farm. PL needs to keep making sure he doesn't engage into a fight until it's most of the way done, or he'll die very quickly to that Slark right now still.
Just looks like some posturing coming out. Smoke. Looks like they're going to try to flip the side of the lane that they were on.
Nyx,
And
though,
do a
with the
big
break,
wrap here, but then
can they get the
leaves
Ember
Ember by
fast enough?
himself. Purge does
Great
come out.
Legion Purge. Ember diving back in here for a slight, most likely. But this is a lot of damage. Back in comes Ember. There's the roar under the tower. This Ember's going to drop.
Extended too far. They did get dual damage from that fight, so I think it goes the way of LTW. But in the grand scheme of the game, LTW needs more than that.
It was 400 gold swing toward VP, 500 XP. Dual damage pretty good, but dual damage on your Legion when she's got 10 of it total at 16 minutes. Not quite as impactful.
And this is interesting. Look over at PL. I've seen this happen before a couple times.
In that Hood of Defiance?
The Hood of Defiance, just a casual Hood of Defiance coming out. I've seen it in games before, and to me, it seems like a I'm losing item.
I mean, I think it's just, oh, here comes another dive in. This Tuska's going to drop here. To me, it seems like a nod to the amount of magic damage that is being output to clear your illusions isn't extremely high right now. So you can get this casual Hood to enable yourself to fight a little sooner than you might want. To help your team in team fights where the other team has been diving a lot. And it keeps your illusions alive to Maelstrom. So I think that's really where the play is.
Speaking of Maelstrom, Ember does have the Maelstrom complete, and he's just looking on going right into a BKB as Necro 2 comes out for Beastmaster. So we're going to have an engagement here. They open up on Nynx. But the counter initiation comes in onto the Grimstroke.
Big roar.
The VP looks like they're the aggressors here.
Yeah, Ember coming back in though.
And he cleans up the DM.
But this Enchantress is dishing out some big damage in the back.
It looks like Ember's gonna maybe go down here, and he does.
Yep. And this is where the PL starts to overwhelm. Do they have enough damage to turn this around and kill this PL? with
Getting
no
Slark
mana
here
left.
is big. Gotta at least get Slark here at some point.
He
Can they
will
do
go.
it?
The Slark will go down here. Slow from the Beastmaster doing God's work. The Legion trapped, no mana. She's gonna drop. Tusk coming in to try and save, but Nyx is here.
Respawned into this fight.
Can Nyx get this stun off in time to save? Big
Just goes
silence there, but
down. Nightfall getting a lot
that's
of
the
experience and a lot of gold right there.
takes the gold lead from the Slark.
Wow. It's a big fight.
1,100 gold going the way of Phantom Lancer. The last place at 18 minutes, you want 1,100 gold going.
It just says, hey there, Caster Rhine. I know what I'm doing with this Hood of Defiance here.
You see that Hood of Defiance come into play immediately. He
Yeah.
had 8, 9, 10 illusions almost basically up around that whole fight. Not really able to take him down, so you know who to target. And extending a fight into a PL who has Diffusal and 6 illusions up. He can 1v3 with the best of them.
Especially 1v3 when they don't have any more spells.
Yeah. They're real quick when you have 6 PLs bashing on you. PL being able to casually farm the whole
The other side of the
dire
map,
side jungle.
much more
Find
confident
himself an
PL
imp.
play.
Find himself an imp claw as well.
It looks like it works on the illusions, but we've confirmed it does not work on the illusions.
Unfortunate. No. But we really all wanted that item to be more busted than it already is.
Exactly. Maybe a smoke up mid here. They're trying to make sure that there's no vision. It looks like they might just smoke up around what timing? What timing just came out here?
I'm not sure what their game is here. I think
Legion
they're
Blink.
starting
It's a Legion Blink timing is what just came out. So that's what they're smoking up into.
is.
And Nynx is looking like he's going to pop this smoke.
Oh, and he re-stealths. Can they catch him though? I don't think so. He's so fast. PL illusions there too to make sure he
And they're
stays
just getting out.
safe.
They're getting out. They know they're smoked up. They're just getting out.
And I think, and we're starting to get to that point of the game where we've said it a few times and it didn't work out that way. But I'm starting to feel like this is getting toward unlosable territory for the PL sided team here. Can we actually see VP extend into the late game and close where other teams haven't been able to? Signals out to push bot tower. You'll have the whole Radiant team rotating down there now.
Bat just starts cutting that wave.
PL again just farming the whole dire side of wherever they are. Getting a full stack as well. Can live to win sneaking Aegis here.
I think
Gonna
that's
need to
the
go.
response call.
They're gonna need to go fast if the scan there calls them out. Live to win starts the TP rotations. They're not gonna push tier 2. They're gonna go
They
for
do
this
have a
fight.
medallion, which is big.
But their damage is too slow.
And
Radiant
they're
should
out.
be here
They're
in
getting out.
time. They need to
They
go.
leave.
Yeah, you don't want to fight that Bat Rider team in the pit.
Radiant looks like they want it. I mean, with the Beastmaster aura, I definitely think they have a better ability to take it. And they're just forcing this right now.
This is pretty dangerous for them, though, too. Like, it's better to be the team engaging into the pit in this situation for both teams. So they're going to back off as well. Just
Wrap
let
around.
Roshan reset.
Slark just face checks his high ground. Dispels. Pops the ult. Bat Rider dies midway through the ulti. Ember's coming on cleanup crew duty.
Yes, but he's going to drop.
Nightfall.
Backfield, Nightfall just
Triple
again.
kill.
Not being the one getting targeted by this Slark. think you really need to see the focus of the Slark and the Ember be on these this PL, but it might be too late for that call. Now you have Aegis up as well. He's got his Manta. He's moving toward a heart. If he gets this hard online before 30 minutes, we might as well forget him ever dying.
Absolutely. And not to mention the illusions just become that much harder to kill.
Yep. And as you mentioned at the draft, one of the reasons that I said I thought VP was going to win this game is there's not a lot of clear for these illusions. The bonus damage does come out on overwhelming odds, but it's not enough when these PL illusions have
They find a
4,000
kill
health.
bottom. I wasn't even paying attention. They find a kill bottom.
On the Ember too. Not exactly who you'd expect to get caught out, but
They
looks
didn't.
like there was a bat lasso.
No, wasn't
Oh
even
no,
on.
it's
Wasn't
on
even a
cooldown.
lasso.
That's just Nyx. All I need. Interesting. Maybe he didn't have any remnant. No, he does have a remnants up too. Weird. Bat also with a Hood of Defiance. Not exactly great synergy for your squad having two, but Arcane Rune here for the Bat. See if he decides to get into the fights or just keep farming around. PL has Reaver. Getting this tower kill is going to give him another piece of his heart as well. Forget 30 minutes, Ryan. I think we're gonna have this. I think we're gonna have this heart at 27 minutes, maybe even before that.
And they see the Slark trying to move in
They
here, and
see
they
the
TP in,
Slark.
and they're
This is
just
gonna
like,
be a
"Bring
huge
it, Slark."
engagement.
Lasso is up if they can
Yeah,
get to him.
but the Bat Rider backed off instead of Fireflying over. Oh, his Firefly was on cooldown. See if he can catch up to anybody. It's like they have a cutoff on Legion. Nick scouted him out there. Not gonna chase him either.
Yeah,
Knowing he
just
has
be like,
blink.
"Hey, we're not gonna chase you. We'll just take down this objective that you put us in a good position for."
Legion not going for the creep cut. I thought for sure Legion would walk down and kill at least one wave there to make sure this tower stays up a little longer, but
Possibly going on Ember, and he remnants out. But they found his other remnant. Nightfall's just gonna start this engagement all by himself. Can they get him far enough out of position? Nightfall's far from his team.
yeah, but he's
does he get punished?
already oomed the Slark, and there's just no damage. Tusk dying in the background all by himself. He had hoped to be a sacrifice, but PL did not care. You know, PL illusions casually killing creeps underneath the tier 3 while the tier 2's up.
And sure, Beastmaster died a couple times, had a rough time in lane. But he's just gonna push eventually at some point in the game, and he can just take tier 2s without having to commit a lot.
He hit level 6 and eventually got Necro 3, and that's really all you expect out of your beast. He also has a Hood of Defiance. Looks like he's going for the full pipe. But Hood's up all over.
Yeah,
all
no
over the VP
longer
squad.
provides a AoE, and not a lot of people build pipe anymore. So having that Hood for yourself, maybe even a couple of them on the team, more popular now than it was, say, in previous patches.
Yeah, and interesting in that there's not a ton of magic damage coming out of this LTM lineup. So I'm not sure what their drive or need is. I guess, you know, they're stopping the Ember damage, but it seems like a large investment to slow down LTW's mostly physical lineup.
Nink's on the hunt. Can they do anything about him scouting out this Slark?
Oh, yes, they can. Slark is going to need to ult and get out of dodge. All the
Oh,
stun
they
clips
find
and
the
great stun by
stun.
Nyx. The knockback, it's going to be a lasso if they need it, and they don't.
Don't even need the lasso. So Slark down, and they have lasso fight.
And they're going to look to move straight down toward mid. Aegis just gets reclaimed. PL 2,000 gold on his way toward an Eagle Song already. I don't know that they can kill this PL 1v5 at this stage. They're just going to bear down mid and say, do something about this.
Doesn't look like they are. Still fairly far back. They're okay with letting this Rax go.
Unfortunately, I don't think they have much of a choice. It's just too much push between the illusions, the creeps from Enchantress, the creeps from Beastmaster, the Necro book.
Hmm. I feel like
And Bat's ult's still up. So
exactly.
walking up to that without your Slark, bad news bears for whoever would have stepped forward.
And VP, as we see a smoke up on LTW, VP didn't expect to be hitting racks at this time, where LTW needs to be hitting racks at this timing. And so it's kind of just hey,
Absolutely.
this is happening earlier than we thought. But
It was a counter smoke for VP as well. Moving close to each other, but I don't know that they'll see each other at any point here. Kind of circling each other. Can LTW get the jump on this bat? I think don't know if they caught vision there.
don't know if they want the bat, but now Radiant has the high
Oh,
ground here.
they definitely don't want that wall of PL
Wow.
illusions.
It's weird. Radiant's on the Dire side, Dire's on the Radiant side. It's
And PL's just gonna move up and say, "All right,
eh,
let's make sure you guys need to come fight. Let's start pushing this tower."
exactly. They were okay with that exchanging of map control because it put them in the upper hand.
And Grimstroke gonna go down here, cut this creep wave.
Absolutely. Nick's gonna go back and try to stop him. He's already TPing out.
Unfortunately,
Nick's cancels
there's
TP.
already there's already a creep wave on the tower, so kill that super fast.
The
Got
Hawk
full
for
map control
Roshan.
here coming out of VP. The vision game too, not very strong coming out of the Dire side. They got two down the middle lane, but nothing in their own jungle on either side, making it pretty impossible for anybody to farm. And you see that gold graph just climbing up to 15k now. Ever since that PL got that extra 1100 gold in the top jungle fight at 18 minutes, we've slowly just watched him
Start getting caught
climb and
out
climb
here.
and climb. Another huge stun inside of the invis. Can they drop him? Roar has to come out, but a good purge. Not enough, though. Legion's going to pay for that purge with its life. They're already looking on the Grim, also down. We got a GG.
And a GG out, just like that. Quick 2-0. And wow.
PL really flexing his muscles in that game.
So there we go. Virtus Pro, live to win. Virtus Pro takes this in 2 games consecutive. And yeah, that's gonna wrap up. So thanks for tuning in here. We're gonna peep here at the graphs, the charts, scoreboards real quick, and put a bow on this series. Cody, closing remarks?
Yeah, I think here we just saw VP slightly better teamwork, coordination on their game one, and then just an outdraft in game two with this Phantom Lancer having no answer. Really clean series from those guys. They're looking real good going forward in this CIS region.